You are watching part 12 of the full series of Java Spring Boot interview questions. These are the 5 questions we are going to discuss in this session. Explain the concept of Spring Data REST and its advantages. How can you implement file upload and download functionality in a Spring Boot application? Describe the purpose and usage of the @async annotation in Spring Boot. What is the role of the embedded servlet container in Spring Boot? How can you implement request and response logging in a Spring Boot application? First question. Explain the concept of Spring Data REST and its advantages. Spring Data REST is a project built on top of Spring Data. It takes the features of Spring HDOS and Spring Data to build Spring MVC-based RESTful services with less code. With Spring Data REST, you can leverage your Spring Data repositories and convert them into full-featured RESTful services with ease. Some of its advantages are listed here. First, rapid development. With Spring Data REST, a great deal of your HTTP resource implementation time can be saved. It's quick and easy to build a RESTful service with full CRUD functionality. Second, data access. It leverages Spring Data's repositories and provides seamless, RESTful access to your data model. Third, HAL browser. Spring Data REST includes support for the HAL browser, allowing users to navigate, create, update, and delete resources directly from their web browsers. Fourth, search support. It is built-in support for searches. Custom repository methods are automatically exposed as HTTP resources. Second question, how can you implement file upload and download functionality in a Spring Boot application? File upload and download functionality can be implemented in a Spring Boot application by configuring multi-part file handling. By using the multi-part file object as a method parameter, Spring Boot automatically binds uploaded files to it. For file download, you can return the file as a response with appropriate headers. Additionally, you can leverage storage services like Amazon S3 or Azure Blob Storage for file storage and retrieval. Third question, describe the purpose and usage of the @async annotation in Spring Boot. The @async annotation is used to indicate that a method should be executed asynchronously. When a method is annotated with @async, Spring Boot runs it in a separate thread from a task executor, allowing the caller to continue execution without waiting for the asynchronous method to complete. This annotation is useful for offloading time-consuming tasks, improving performance, and providing a more responsive user experience. Next question, what is the role of the embedded servlet container in Spring Boot? The embedded servlet container in Spring Boot allows you to run web applications without the need for a separate web server. It provides a lightweight servlet container, such as Tomcat, Jetty, or Undertow, that is embedded within the application. Spring Boot automatically configures and starts the embedded servlet container, simplifying the deployment and execution of web applications. Next question, how can you implement request and response logging in a Spring Boot application? Request and response logging in a Spring Boot application can be implemented using filters or interceptors. Creating a custom filter or interceptor lets you intercept incoming requests and outgoing responses and log their details, such as headers, payloads, and other relevant information. Spring Boot allows you to register these filters or interceptors in the application's configuration, enabling centralized logging across the application. Hope you have learned something and feel confident to answer the questions we discussed so far. Here is the list of questions that will be discussed in the next session. Please check out our playlist for more questions and subscribe our channel for updates and notifications. Good luck for your upcoming interviews.